remember, at last year's conference, we launched for consultation the first draft of the Charter and standards, and we introduced you to our newly appointed regulatory chair, Keith Hill. And at that point, that was pretty much as far as we'd come in terms of developing the regime. Well, what a difference a year makes. Naively, this time last year, I thought we'd broken the back of the work by having completed the first draft of the standards. In reality, we'd only just begun. Michelle and Keith are going to talk in much greater detail about where we're up to, and therefore I won't detract from what they have to say by going into any detail. However, since last year, we've conducted a very professional and interesting consultation exercise. We've attended a number of roadshow events and talked one-to-one with various members to take their views. We've amended the Charter and standards to take account of the comments that we received. We've revised our bylaws to provide for ArmaQ. We've whittled down approximately 200 applications for regulatory panel members and made 9 very high-calibre appointments. We worked very closely with Keith Hill in making these appointments, and we owe our thanks to him for his work during the year. We've negotiated contracts with and put in place insurance for our panel members. We've agreed with them a set of operating procedures which have now been published, and we've got them up and running, actually hearing disciplinary cases. We've produced a consumer guide to ArmaQ. We've designed an accreditation and audit process, and we've written for you a guide to that process, which you'll find in your delegate bags this morning. The highlight of our ArmaQ year was undoubtedly the official launch of ArmaQ in May. Baroness Hayter kindly hosted the event at the House of Lords, and there were a number of parliamentarians from both houses in attendance. Baroness Hannam delivered a speech on behalf of government, indicating their support of ArmaQ. And I replied on behalf of Arma, which I'm quite certain will be the only opportunity I ever get to speak in the House of Lords. So, from Arma's perspective, much of the hard work associated with ArmaQ is done. It's now over to you. In just over 3 weeks' time, we will be open for accreditation. If you need to make changes to the way your business operates to comply with ArmaQ, and you haven't already made them, then now is the time to do so. At my own firm, Premier Estates, we've been through the Charter and standards to determine how they impact upon our business. And we've identified certain areas where some additional documentation or minor changes to procedures are required. I actually think that all of the detail contained in the 20 pages of standards can be very easily summed up by item 1 of the Consumer Charter. Be honest, fair, open and transparent, and provide a timely and professional service with access to the information needed. If each of us runs a business that achieves these simple principles, then the rest of it will be a piece of cake. I want to end with a call to action on ArmaQ. As I have just stated, we've done our bit, and it's now time for you to do yours. ArmaQ can still be a damp squib if the membership doesn't step up to the plate at this point and come forward for accreditation. Although personally, I have no idea how any business could retain credibility and the confidence of its customers if it walked away from Arma at this point. I believe we've come too far for there to be a plan B to ArmaQ, and therefore what Arma and our industry looks like in the future is now very much in your hands. Please, do the right thing. Amend your business practices if necessary, come forward for accreditation, and make Arma and ArmaQ the success it deserves to be. Thank you for listening.